Hey guys, we're Weekend Runaways, a couple of storytellers who take quick trips around the West Coast and sometimes the world to make weird and wonderful memories that keep our inner kids alive. I'm Jessica, and on this particular weekend, we visited a park that my husband, Jeff, had longed to go to since he watched it on a kids' song VHS tape some 30 years ago. And while there, we unlocked even more core memories as we visited the spots featured in some of our favorite movies, like Encino Man and This Is Spinal Tap. So, wheeze the juice and crank the dial to 11, as this Weekend Runaway, we take on Six Flags Magic Mountain.
We made it to Magic Mountain, Six Flags here in Southern California. It's my first time to really any Six Flags park ever. And this park in particular, Magic Mountain, holds some very special memories, and I'll let Jeff tell you about that. So I'm pretty excited to see what this is all about. Try some good food, ride some rides, see what Magic Mountain has to offer us. All right, so we just walked into Magic Mountain. The gate is right behind us. And this area, I had to stop because I feel like this is where the Griswold family and Family Vacation got into the park and were trying to kind of barter their way in to ride some rides. And this feels like that area. I think this might be what happened here.
It was a bit of a drive for us, and when we arrived around 2, the lines were slammed. So instead, we decided to fill up on fried food before hitting the coasters. What could go wrong?
We've got some chicken tenders and fries, and then of course, I had to get onion rings because they are my absolute favorite in the world, so. Those are really good. Wow.
For one chicken tender plate and an onion ring for 2, we paid about $30.
Chicken's kind of dry.
For drinks, we ended up purchasing an all-day fountain drink for $20, which gave us unlimited refills every 15 minutes. And let's just say, we got our money's worth there. Now that we were full, it was time for some rides. I looked on the app and Wonder Woman had only a 1-minute wait. Yeah, we should have probably waited a little longer after we ate for this one.
Wow, well, that was a bit different than I thought it was going to be. I thought for sure, oh, this is a great first coaster to start off with, and in a way it was. It was much more thrilling than I thought. It definitely goes upside down.
With the line still a bit on the longer side, Jeff and I decided to prioritize our visit by checking out the filming locations for his favorite movies.
When I was about 4 years old, my mom got me this VHS tape called Kids Songs, Ride Magic Mountain, or A Day at the Park, or something like that. And anyway, I always wanted to go on that roller coaster. And so it turns out that that theme park was Magic Mountain. And so it's been 30 years that I've wanted to go to this theme park, and now I'm finally here. Another favorite movie of mine, Encino Man, takes place here. Spinal Tap takes place here. And National Lampoon's Family Vacation takes place here. So that's like 4 out of 5 of my favorite movies take place at this park.
We're about to ride Twisted Colossus, and it turns out that this is the roller coaster they used in Family Vacation, so we found it on accident, but we're about to ride it. I think it's been updated, I'm not sure since the movie, but this roller coaster was used in a lot of movies.
Jeff also wanted to point out that this roller coaster was also featured in a Martin Short movie called Clifford, which I had never seen, but he swore it was a major childhood memory that traumatized him with the T-Rex scene. Did you ever see that movie? Let us know in the comments below.
Twisted Colossal was definitely my favorite so far. I mean, we haven't ridden that many rides yet, but This one was so fun. It is the roller coaster that was used in National Lampoon's Family Vacation. And I see why, because it's really fun and thrilling, but it doesn't really hurt your neck or do anything crazy like that. But man, the drops were intense, and then the corkscrews and going upside down and going back, it was really, really fun. I definitely screamed a lot on that one.
After the coaster from Vacation, Jeff and I searched for the Golden Bear Theater, which had a small cameo in This Is Spinal Tap.
You are witnesses at the new birth of Spinal Tap Mark II.
While going through Bugs Bunny World, we found one theater which definitely wasn't it. That's when Jeff realized some terrible news.
I've got some very unfortunate news. So we came here looking for the Golden Bear Theater, where the filming location of Spinal Tap. I'll take the camera and I'll show you. You can see there, that was the stadium seating of where Spinal Tap had their first jazz fusion. And it's really sad because it's been demolished and now they're going to build a roller coaster of something like that. I will always know it as where Spinal Tap got to open up for the puppet show. Yes, rest in peace.
Not to be discouraged, we headed over to the Viper roller coaster, which was an Encino Man, but unfortunately it was closed due to a breakdown.
This is the Viper ride, which was used on Encino Man, one of my other favorite movies of all time. We want to go on it, but it's currently down, so hopefully it'll open back up. But if not, I'm just in awe to be here right now. What a great roller coaster, what a legend. Thank you, Pauly Shore. Thank you, Brendan Fraser. And Sean Astin.
With the afternoon crowd starting to dwindle, we loaded up on our refills and headed to the last major ride on Jeff's list, Ninja. Even knowing that a bunch of singing children from 1990 could handle it didn't make it any less scary. If anything, it was more so.
I just got off Ninja. That one was not as scary as I thought it was going to be. I've just gotten used to the fact that I have no idea what's going on these roller coasters and anything could happen. I kept telling myself, children ride this ride, children ride this ride. And it does make sense, but it's very fun. You get these amazing views of the area. So it's about 6:45 in the evening, and now that the sun is starting to go down, it's a lot cooler and it's just a lot more enjoyable. There are still some high wait times on some of the rides, but overall it feels pretty fine. So we've been spotting these Halloween decorations going on around the park. They're kind of spread throughout, but probably they're getting ready for Fright Nights or trick-or-treat nights, their Halloween festival. So we're excited because we plan on coming back for that and seeing what that's all about. So can't wait.
Kids songs, I believe they did a song in here called Fast Food's Got a Hold of Me and I Don't Stand a Chance, which is it's probably not a good song for children to be growing up listening to. The giveaway to me was these whirly pops. There is a sequence in that music video where the kids just grab a bunch of them and then they spend $20. They get all kinds of candy. It should not be reasonable for children to be able to get that much food. But yes, this place gives me the same exact vibes.
With the park approaching its final hour, Jeff and I went on Apocalypse the Ride, a wooden coaster which had a surprising amount of theming compared to the other rides. It was terrifying, of course.
That was pretty thrilling. It is a wooden coaster, so they're much more rickety than the other coasters, but it's really fun. It feels like a zombie apocalypse, and it got me really excited for spooky season. I can't even explain why. The whole ambiance felt like it was, zombie apocalypse, and it's a fun one. I will have to say that. The views are incredible around you, especially now that the sun is setting. Well, we were hoping to spend our last minutes here in the park, kind of maybe getting a drink and chilling out, but a lot of the places actually close before the park closes. So the park closes tonight at 8, and it's about 7:15-ish, 7:20, and there's a lot of places that are closed. So if you're wanting to get food or a drink, I recommend taking a look at that earlier on.
When the sun finally set, we understood where Magic Mountain got its name. Gone was the concrete jungle with the California sun and crowds, replaced with the nostalgia-soaked ambiance of the fairgrounds you'd see in the movies. It was empty and quiet, with neon lights, abandoned carnival games, and the faint smells of elephant ears wafting in the air. We would have loved to have been at this park longer, but the gates closed at 8.
Jessica, so what did you think?
The park was pretty amazing. That was my first Six Flags ever. There's definitely so much to see. We really just scratched the surface, and we know we'll be back for some of the more holiday festivals that they have going on this year, which that'll be really fun. But it was definitely a park full of thrills, and I don't know if I've ever really been in one like that before, so it was pretty intense, especially in the heat.
I'm glad that I waited 30 years. I probably won't wait another 30 years to come back. We'll definitely be wanting to come to a lot of the special events they have. But yeah, now let's get some dinner.
Yes, I'm hungry.
We barely scratched the surface of Magic Mountain, which to us was a very good sign. Though we had come expecting some rundown disappointment to Jeff's 5-year-old self, we left understanding the hype. Magic Mountain was a theme park with some of the most intense roller coasters in a setting that was absent of age. It was shared by the Griswolds, by Stoney and Link, and Spinal Tap Mark II. And in here, they would be with us forever, even if they did destroy the Golden Bear Theater. Anyway, we hope that you enjoyed this Weekend Runaway. Please like and subscribe to be in the loop for every weird and wonderful memory we create. Also, this particular experience was provided for by our dear friends who wanted to see Magic Mountain Six Flags. Is there a place you'd like us to go next? Let us know in the comments below.